e tabua e o si sambe mo rekan roka. Adoro mo kon tabua ando telita kana warro na Pula FM. Namba 2 e na sir.
Bula nanga go ilimo do telita kana FM na go sa sector to na Pula FM.
Bula o tsempo ni valu ngone ni kandabu ni mokisa o bachuk na sinu ando telita ka bali na warro na Pula FM na bantu na sir.
Oh lori mai na ga gini suka lambasa. Ito do telita na Bula FM. Number 2 na sir.
Bula FM number 2 na sir.
Good evening, this is FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. In this bulletin tonight, 5 Fijians under the Australian Seasonal Workers Program now branded overstayers. PM tells heads of missions to lift their game. And Minister demands transparency from all municipal councils. Five Fijians who are part of the Seasonal Workers Program in Australia are now overstaying. Employment Minister Semi Koroilavisau says the 5 were expected back in Fiji on a flight last week, but failed to turn up. Maggie Boyle with the story.
Less than a year into the Australian Seasonal Workers Program, and 5 Fijian workers, namely Jovesa Maisiri, Losalini Wanga, Elini Baxter, Fuli Langi Malanivosa, and Maritha Watiri, are being branded as overstayers.
Basically, we're supposed to catch the same flight as the person that came 2 weekends ago. Unfortunately, they did not come on that flight.
So we have overstayers?
Basically, they are now overstayers, and they basically contradicted the conditions of the visa that they had gone to Australia.
Employment Minister Semi Koroilavisau confirms that the 5 had earlier alleged exploitation from low salary to less than ideal working conditions.
Sort of a misunderstanding on their part. They went there and they decided to go and stay with their relatives. And then there's a lot of discussions with their relatives or friends from Fiji that are working there. And that is where they came up with the idea that they were paid lower rates than people in Australia. But they did not consider that they actually live in Fiji. They fly to Australia and fly back, and all these costs will be deducted.
Their claims, according to the minister, are unsubstantiated. However, it's a case that even the Fijian High Commissioner to Australia, Yogesh Punja, has had to get involved in.
We have had multi-level discussions with the Minister of Labour, Immigration, the whole team. I am not willing to speak at this moment because on Wednesday I'm going to present my report to the Minister.
Koroilavisau maintains the Australian Seasonal Workers Program remains intact, with Phase 2 of the agreement now under negotiation. For now, 114 Fijians remain at work in Australia under the program. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Fiji's heads of missions overseas have been told they will need to lift their game to meet government's overall objectives. The heads of missions gathered in Suva today in their 5th consultation for the year to take stock and meet different ministries to discuss plans for 2016 and onwards. Eleanor Tarangaiviu has more.
They are the faces and voices of Fiji in the international fora. Fiji's heads of missions overseas were told today by the Prime Minister Burenge Bainimarama that as masters of diplomacy, their expertise, skills and services will be needed to further our bilateral and multilateral relations abroad.
We will need your abilities to further the trade policy framework, which falls within the Ministry of Industry and Trade. We may require our heads of missions to pursue our interests regarding gender equality, seek assistance for our youth groups, pursue better educational opportunities, and advocate for climate change mitigation. And of course, position Fiji to access development funds.
Bainimarama also told the heads of missions that we must draw alliances with the European Union, India and the United Arab Emirates to take advantage of their lead roles in different areas and at the same time maintain our relationship with key partners like China. He, however, cautioned that while we have a policy of being friend to all, we must ensure that Fiji maintains its dignity and its sovereignty as an independent nation.
It must always be remembered that while everyone now appears to be friendly to us, we must always be aware of our strategies and policies, and also the importance of always maintaining our independence, our sovereignty, and dignity.
The consultation today is the last of 5 meetings for the year, intended to help the heads of missions put into practice the key objectives of governments in the international arena. Meanwhile, before the consultations this morning, the heads of missions paid a courtesy visit to the President, Major General Chochi Konrote, at Government House.
Eleanor Tarangaivu now joins us live. Eleanor, I understand there are some developments with our missions abroad.
Yes, Jackie, we can expect a few changes in the diplomatic front come 2016, one of which is the relocation of our South African mission to Ethiopia. The former RFMF commander Moses Tikoitonga will be our representative there. As well, our mission in the United Arab Emirates will be expanded. This was revealed by the Prime Minister Worenge Bainimarama at the Heads of Missions consultations at the GPH this morning. And Kamlesh Prakash is heading our mission there. As well, the former FERCA CEO, Chitoko Chikulevu, he will be our High Commissioner to the UK, and he replaces Solo Mara, who is now a permanent representative to Washington. And Jackie, before I round off, the heads of missions this morning, they observed a minute of silence in honor of their colleague, the late Ratu Meli Bainimarama, who passed away 3 weeks ago. Jackie.
Thanks for that update, Eleanor. The 30-year-old man who is alleged to have caused the death of his 50-year-old brother in Samambula, Suva, has been allowed to attend his brother's funeral on Wednesday. Sakiusa Saukuru appeared in the Suva Magistrates Court today charged with 1 count of murder. Saukuru will be escorted to the funeral by police and be brought back into custody straight after. His wife assured the court that there is no tension between the two families as a result of the incident. The case will be recalled on Thursday before being transferred to the High Court. Police confirmed the two brothers were drinking last week when an argument broke out and erupted into a fight. Local Government Minister Praveen Kumar demands accountability and transparency from all municipal councils. He was speaking to executives at the Local Government Forum in Suva. Ali Kimbia has more.
All municipal councils have been warned to improve service delivery and prevent misuse of funds allocated for their day-to-day operations.
So what I would expect from you is transparency and accountability. I know when there is funds flowing in, there may be a degree of some smart playing.
With an increase of $5.5 million in the 2016 budget, Praveen Kumar says the ministry will keep close tabs on the Challenge Fund, which is allocated to various municipal councils to carry out capital projects.
But let me tell you one thing, from 2016, ministry officials will be around and will be asking for all the expenditure that's spent on the capital development in regards to the funds that is channeled through Challenge Fund.
Bala has urged various special administrators and chief executive officers to use the 2 days local government forum to discuss priority areas and align accordingly for 2016. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
In the news ahead, careless drivers blamed for damaged traffic lights.
And I love Mirchi FM.
Hi, my name is Sonny from Canberra. I love listening Mirchi FM online.
मैं हूँ उर्मिला देवी आसियासी तावा से जितेन शांडिल को और अश्निल को तावा में लॉक कर दिया जाए.
हम लोग यहाँ से कतो कमें Mirchi FM सुनता है. Mirchi FM is hot.
I'm Shelly in Tanga Nursery. Mirchi music simply bindas in nursery.
मैं अशफाक वालिद हुसैन Mirchi FM मेरे नस नस में.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The Year 12 certificate examination results have been released. More than 12,000 students sat for the exam and 65% of them scored marks equivalent to 200 or above in English plus 3 best subjects. Those in this category are eligible for Year 13, while others can either repeat or undertake Certificate 2 studies at technical colleges of Fiji. School principals can collect the results from the District Education Office from 8 a.m. tomorrow. Parents and guardians can also obtain results from district education offices or the ministry's website on www.education.gov.fj. Requests for recount or recheck of marks are due on January 22nd. Prime Fiji Limited, the company that looks after all traffic lights, wants drivers to be more responsible around this critical infrastructure. Operations General Manager Leslie Johnson says they're busy fixing traffic lights after an influx of complaints, but what most people don't know is that careless drivers are often to blame. Sainiani Boiler has more.
These traffic lights are installed to ease traffic flow, but most of the time are seen the major cause of delays and congestion during peak hours.
I think I have to wait some more time to the green light, so there will be no traffic in the road.
The traffic lights are really pathetic. Sometimes it goes on, sometimes it goes off. There's no traffic control in it.
But traffic light is sometimes a bit slow.
With the timing, I think the timing is okay. It's just only the people are just not walking too fast to be in time with the light, probably.
Prime Fiji Operations General Manager Leslie Johnston claims most of these lights are malfunctioning due to the negligence of drivers.
The intersection can actually see the traffic lights. They get clipped by trucks sometimes and they get moved. So we're currently moving around trying to realign them to make sure that they're visible to all the road users.
The company has recently launched an operation to expedite all repairs and have all traffic lights working by Christmas.
Prime gets their direction from Fiji Roads through MWH, the traffic consultants, and they identify what phasings they want, how long the green arrow stays on or how long the red light stays on, so they get traffic flow. It's not just a case of set times, they all vary to ensure that the traffic flows smoothly.
Johnston says they are also going to paint traffic light poles to make them more visible.
Prime Fiji is also working with the Land Transport Authority to install cameras which will detect traffic infringements. Sainiani Boiler, FBC News.
Newly appointed Save the Children Fiji Chief Executive Iris Lowe Mackenzie says it is unfortunate that there's violation of child rights in Fiji and she wants this to stop. Lowe Mackenzie, who has a passion for child rights, says her main priority as the new chief executive is to create a platform where children can make their voices heard. She says her focus areas will be education, health, child protection and child rights. Lowe Mackenzie will also build partnership with government and other stakeholders to help achieve Save the Children's 2014 to 2019 strategic plans. Upskilling people in the rural and maritime areas for income generation is one aim of the Fiji National University. Its first success has been Benga Island, where a group of villagers have graduated from the FNU's vocational education program. Savara Tambua has more.
45-minute boat ride from Navua to Benga Island is only one of various maritime areas where the Fiji National University is reaching out. More than 400 people have graduated with certificates, and Acting Director for TVET, Dr. Isimeli Tangidakiverata, says they have $1.8 million government funding for this initiative.
We are providing between 13 to 20 different skills training, from screen printing to sewing, fiberglass repair, small engine repair, plumbing and carpentry, cookery, and all sorts of other skills training that we provide depending on the needs in different rural communities. There is no limit. Anybody from 17 years of age to 70 can attend this training.
The 2-week training has covered more than 1,000 Fijians from June to December this year. Some of the students on Benga says this sort of outreach mean a lot to people who have little access to the mainland.
I did the course on elderly care so that I can work abroad and earn more income.
I plan to take tourism management. So I've want to thank the staff and the Minister for Education for all this.
About 20 FNU trainers will be traveling to islands all over Fiji, providing similar training in technical and vocational studies come 2016. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
Minister for Women Rosie Akbar trekked to a remote village in the interior of Naitasiri over the weekend. Akbar walked almost 2 hours to Narokorokoyawa village to hand over rocket stoves to the women of the village. There's no road access to Narokorokoyawa, and people have to either walk or ride a horse. Set in the serene mountains of Naitasiri, it's far removed from the urban life. Akbar used her visit to talk about preventing domestic abuse.
So we are appealing to families here to ensure that we do not have violence within our homes, because our children grow up with that, and we do not want our children to grow up thinking that violence is okay for them. On that note, if I can plead with our chiefs, our Turangani Ebusa and the Batangali, all our brothers, fathers and grandfathers present here, and of course in the village, to be champions of this change that we are looking at. Please love and respect our daughters, our sisters, our mothers and grandmothers, because they play an important role in our lives.
The rocket stoves were built by the women of the village in partnership with the ministry. The art of cake baking has once again captured the imaginations of competitors in this year's Blue Band Christmas Cake Competition. Teaming up with FBC radio stations Radio Fiji 1 and Bull FM, finalists used their creativity to bake. To enter the competition, bakers simply registered their recipes that had to include Blue Band margarine. 5 finalists were chosen to bring in their creation, and they didn't fail to impress the judges. First place was awarded to Matai Yambakivo for his snowman-inspired cake. Major sponsor Yee's Cold Storage Seafood Limited were pleased with the feedback and are looking forward to holding an even bigger one come 2016. And on that note, sports is up next. It's a new week. Jamie joins us with the latest.
Thank you, Jackie, and good evening. In sports tonight, Singatoka school teams in full preparation for Bailey's Coralco Sevens. And Fiji Futsal's New Zealand tour ends with 1 win from 6 matches, but Fiji FA happy with team exposure. These stories and more after the break.
Bula, I'm Dori from Nasinu Market. My choice is simple, Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
My name is Yvonne. I'm from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Sayandra, my name is Sunny. Only the Gold FM at Golden Point Resort, Raki Raki.
Hi, I'm Anna of Nasinu. When it comes to a radio, my choice is always Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
My name is Anna and I'm from Nandi. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Two Singatoka basically will outstamp their mark at the upcoming Fiji Bailey's Coralco Sevens next month. The under-19 ruggers of Duvu and Nasikawa Vision Colleges have been training hard for the tournament and want to make full use of their home ground advantage. Josephine Navula has more.
Taking time out from their school holidays, these youngsters have been giving their 100% in training sessions for the past 6 weeks. Training both the schools, head coach Tiko Matawalu says there is a lot of competition amongst the players.
We've seen a lot of changes and improvements in those aspects. So, yes, it was a challenge starting off with the players, knowing that they already are doing all those kind of fancy passing that they watch in the TV with our Sevens gladiators. But then we have to bring them down and tell them, you need to start with the basics before you can do those kind of passing.
Matawalu adds his first priority was to get the players out of their comfort zone.
There was quite a lot that they have to learn about sevens, and most of them they think rugby is what they know of rugby, the very basics of it and the very details of it.
Fitness trainer Frank Boyvert says he is keeping a close eye on every player selected.
Players that we have picked from around Nandroga, young players, and mainly from Dhuvu College, and we've been preparing them not only for the upcoming tournament but also for the season that is coming.
The 2016 Coral Coast Sevens will be held at Lawanga Park in Singatoka on the 14th to 16th of January. Josephina Vula, FBC Sports.
The Vodafone Fiji futsal side went down to New Caledonia's FC Ferrand 6-0 in their last match of the New Zealand tour yesterday. The side managed one win out of 6 matches played on tour. Rohit Deo has more.
The Fiji futsal side failed to impress on its recent New Zealand tour with only one win in 6 matches. However, the Fiji Football Association is satisfied with the exposure gained from the tour.
The team's performance was really good, even though they lost most of the matches. It was a good experience for the boys, and this was the first time they played together.
This tour was the first for majority of the national reps, and they will be expected to improve from here on.
When they will be back, they will work on the mistakes and what have happened in New Zealand. They will work on that, and during the competitions, I'm sure they will do better.
The team conceded 33 goals and scored 7 on the tour, with a 4th player playing as goalkeeper. Trials will be held to select some more players before the OFC Futsal Championships next February in Suva. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
2 goals from Odion Igalo helped give the Watford football side an impressive 3-0 win over Liverpool in the English Premier League football competition today. In other results today, Swansea City and West Ham United played to a 0-0 draw. Well, Barcelona won its 5th trophy of 2015 after clinching the FIFA Club World Cup for a 3rd time with a comprehensive 3-0 victory over South American champions River Plate. River could not cope with Barca's Luis Suarez. Striker Suarez finished the tournament with 5 goals in 2 games after scoring a hat-trick in the 3-0 semi-final win over Guangzhou Evergrande. That's it from Sports Tonight. Good evening.
Fiji's newest and coolest smartphone is now in the market. Sony Xperia Z5, which is the world's first dual SIM 4K smartphone, has been launched locally and is all set to take the market by storm. Distributed in Fiji by Mortabai Group, Sony Xperia Z5 Premium Dual operates on an Android 5.1 Lollipop system and is packed with a powerful 3GB RAM topped up by 32GB flash memory. The new phone is now available at selected Prouds outlets. Showers affected most parts of the country today. A trough of low pressure lies slow-moving over the group. Meanwhile, a broad easterly wind flow prevails over most southwest Pacific Island countries. In temperatures, high temperatures were recorded in all centres. Ba recorded the highest at 34 degrees, Lautoka and Lambasa were on 33 degrees, Nandi recorded 32 degrees, while Suva and Savu were on 30 degrees. Forecast to midnight for tomorrow is occasional showers and isolated thunderstorms over most places. Isolated heavy falls expected, moderate easterly winds fresh at times. And the further outlook is for Wednesday, expect much of the same. Our main stories again. 5 Fijians who are part of the seasonal workers program in Australia are now overstaying. Fiji's heads of missions overseas have been told to lift their game to meet government's overall objectives. And Year 12 certificate examination results have been released. Results from last week's poll question. We asked, should Ngitha be stripped of the heavyweight boxing title? 85% voted yes. This week we are asking, do we have the right caliber of permanent secretaries? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. Bye for now.
Hi, my name's Liviana Valentine. I'm from Nandi and Today FM rocks.
My name is Ateza. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks. My name is Krish. I'm from Tava. I like listening to Big Breakfast. Today FM rocks.
I'm Juliana. I'm from Maltoka and I like listening to Today FM.
Hi, my name is Shelly. I live in Arere. Today FM rocks my drug and lollipop.
Bula, my name is So. I'm from Navua. I like listening to Today's FM.
Bula, my name is Asilika from Raki Raki and Today FM rocks with my flip-flops.
Today's hit music on Today FM.